Hi there, this is episode 311 of Quest for You. I'm Janine and I welcome you to my podcast. Remember our episode from last week titled Let It Out? We talked about listening and letting out our feelings instead of carrying them inside. Feelings are our most authentic expression. They are like a thermometer of the soul that shows us the temperature on the inside. And we should listen to them. That doesn't mean we need to act on every whim or fall apart at the slightest feeling of sadness or overreact at the first sign of distress. But we need to listen to our feelings. Sometimes they are minor and by simply questioning them, they dissolve. But sometimes we've been seriously hurt, causing feelings of pain and sadness. Those feelings don't go away, no matter how much we try to distract ourselves or try to ignore them. A lot of our negative feelings originate from a sense of not feeling good enough. Listening to experts speak about it on other podcasts, I often hear that not feeling good enough is the number one problem many of us deal with. When we don't feel good enough about ourselves, we tend to view the world around us through a negative lens. Nothing is ever quite right. We don't have what it takes. Our friends' shortcomings outweigh all their good characteristics. The world is always somehow against us. Everything is a battle. These 4 examples already sound depressing, don't they? Think about what happens when you see everything with a critical eye, as never being quite right or up to your standards. It affects your thoughts. I did this for many years with people. I judged them. I'm sure at some point it started consciously. As I met more people growing up and moving out from the small village I grew up in, I formed a picture about the world and the people in it, probably heavily influenced by my family and close friends. But eventually, after you do it for long enough, after you judge long enough, yourself and others, or get angry over and over, or believe that the world is out to get you, your thoughts become subconscious. You see a person that doesn't fit your criteria, and there goes the judgment. You look in the mirror and don't like aspects about yourself, there goes the self-criticism. None of this is there when we are children. But at some point, we adopt these beliefs and they become ingrained in our subconscious. Negative thoughts about the world or ourselves turn into negative self-talk. I can't find the right friend or partner. I'm not slim enough. I'm always at a disadvantage. At some point, we don't even notice anymore when these thoughts cross our mind. They just come in. I challenge you, now that you're listening to this, to rummage around in your mind for examples, for situations where the first thing that comes to mind is something negative. The closest that most of us can probably relate to is our body. We're all critical about our own body. But how negative are you really? Have you written off entire body parts of yours that are just not good enough and never will be? Think about it. When negative self-talk becomes a default, then positive talk becomes hard to do. Remember our conversations about the brain? It loves the familiar and it rejects the unfamiliar. Negative talk is familiar, so we do it. Whether it's talk about ourselves or our environment, if it's negative, harsh, or critical, it affects our psyche and our physical well-being. Recently, I noticed a strange response that comes out of my mouth when people compliment me on clothes or shoes that I wear. They may say, "This shirt looks really nice on you." And I say thanks, but it's really old. Really? Did they ask me when I bought it? My answer makes absolutely no sense. But it's a very common response from people that don't feel good about themselves. We don't appreciate ourselves. So surely, whatever someone else says about us cannot be positive either. This is why we need to praise ourselves. We need to build our reservoir, which has been depleted with too many "I'm not good enoughs." Not feeling good enough doesn't just reflect in areas concerning my appearance. When people ask me about my podcasts, I immediately follow up every statement with, "But I don't have many listeners." Do you do the same? Do you instantly negate a compliment, apologize when being asked a harmless question, put yourself down for things you missed, or try to convince the person across from you that you are actually not that great? We probably all do it. Nobody can make us feel good enough about ourselves. Somewhere in our past, there was a gap. Praise was missing. Maybe we were rejected or lost someone. Not feeling good enough has many sources. But when life coaches or motivational speakers tell me I am enough, I reject it, just like I reject a praise on my colorful leggings from someone in the gym. I am sure if I dig deep enough or see a professional, I can come to the root of my feelings. But I am more interested in the road forward. My task is not to reverse the damage. I simply need to fill back up what's missing. And that is praise. We all crave praise, and we need praise. Since we were children, we desire to be praised by our parents. Dogs like praise. Look at anyone light up when he or she receives praise, including your dog. Praise is affirmation that we are good enough, that we are loved and accepted. These are natural human needs that we all have. Receiving positive acknowledgement feels so good. It boosts our self-esteem, raises our levels of confidence, improves our self-image, and helps us feel self-love and inner joy. But since we didn't get the praise we needed from the important people in our life, maybe our parents, teachers, or friends, we need to give it to ourselves. There is no turning around to the past and lamenting what we've missed. There is only moving forward and filling the void ourselves. Let's practice it. I am a good person. I'm beautiful, I'm smart, and I have what it takes. Feels weird, doesn't it? I agree. But it only feels weird because it's unfamiliar to our brain that has been trained to prefer criticism over compliments. So we have to make it familiar to our brain. Let's try it again. Say it with me. I am a good person. I am beautiful. I am smart. And I have what it takes. What if we all write these or any other I am statements on a sticky note, place them on our nightstand as a reminder to read them aloud every morning, first thing? What would happen? I am a loving mother or daughter. I'm an excellent podcaster or coach or writer. I'm a great employee or business owner. I am a beautiful human being. Do you have a compliment that you wish to hear from someone, even if that person is not alive or near you anymore? Say it to yourself. Allow yourself the healthy and healing experience of a compliment that you need so much. Truly listen and internalize it so you can begin to accept the good and positive messages when they come from others. Just a little while ago, a friend sent me a text message that read, I am feeling convicted. Good podcast. Conviction was the title of a recent episode I did. It made my day. What would make your day? Don't wait for others to tell you that your outfit looks amazing or that you look like you lost weight after all your hard workouts. Tell yourself. In doing so, you are reshaping your brain that is currently defaulted to criticism and self-deprecation. You create positive connections that can completely alter your life in fascinating ways. Praise yourself on your hard work, on the results that seem insignificant, and most importantly, tell yourself you are enough. Because you are. Not because I tell you, but because you say it. And what you say, you will eventually believe. And once you believe it, it will change your entire outlook and your approach on life. Coming from a place of enough takes a huge burden off your shoulder. Try it. Much love.